Now, there's a lot of talk finally about the $600 intrusion by the IRS. And some of the rhetoric that I've been hearing, even as recent as this morning, is about as ridiculous as anything I've ever heard. Now, let me just tell all the news media that's not listening and everybody else out there the problem with all of this. It is not, it is about, but the issue that banking institutions, that we expect them to hold near and dear the confidentiality of what we personally are doing, whether we're making a deposit of $600 or a withdrawal of $600 or more. That's our business. We understand the $10,000 rule on deposits, that it gets reported to the IRS. Listen. This bill includes the hiring, listen, of, I talked about it yesterday, of 80,000 additional IRS agents. I'm going to call them law enforcement. I would like to call them other things, but I would have to reckon or call back some not so very flattering terms that we would get out of World War II Germany. But look, we don't need 80,000 IRS agents unless this is an enforcement agency that is going to be like an army of people. The $600 that now gets reported to the IRS, and I've heard a very articulate reason why it is happening on Fox Business this morning. The person giving it was wrong. Not a little bit wrong, 100% wrong, in my opinion. Nobody, and here I go again, I hate to say this, but nobody, I haven't heard anybody or seen anything about the reality of this bill and what it's for really. So it sounds like because of the 80,000 agencies, it is some sort of masking just more government control. Yes, it is going to be more government control just by the nature of giving the government all this information. So yes, that's kind of just a normal effect of the cause, because of the cause that is being done here, okay? But here's the thing. Nobody's talked about this. You're hearing it. If you haven't heard me say it again, you're hearing it for the first time. The reason that it is so important, because they need to raise $500-600 billion from this rule, and they don't really know how that's going to happen. I know how it's going to happen. They say the person this morning on Fox Business said, well, it hasn't been scored. The CBO can't score it. He was making my point for me without understanding why. Some time ago, there was conversation, and still is, around a financial transaction tax. Do you understand, once this bill is passed, the IRS will have a complete accounting of every financial transaction over $600 that happens by every person in America that has a bank account anyway. They will be able to know what that is. Now, once you institute a financial transaction tax, and this will give the ability of the government and the IRS to pick and choose which financial transactions are going to count under the financial tax, the financial transaction tax. They probably won't call it a tax, they'll probably call it a fee. But this will help them decide which ones to do it on. But they will easily be able to score exactly how much money that's going to bring in. 2 years from now, if it's not enough money, they will add some of the other financial transactions to the tax, and they will raise the tax that they are charging. They will be able to quantify and have 80,000 new agents to make sure that these taxes are being paid properly once they decide to put it into effect. That's where we're going. That's the road we're going on. Hey, remember to click the subscribe button right here on the screen. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when new content is added. And more importantly than anything, you don't want to miss all 3 live hours of Financial Issues every day from 9 to noon. And you can watch it on FISM.tv. That's FISM.tv.